Hello! Mercury is in Leo, joining the Sun, Venus, and Mars on Leo. My goodness, so much creativity, so much expression, so much. Again, I can't help but compare and contrast this with July when there was a lot of Cancer energy. Um, and also with September when all of this energy is going to move into Virgo. Uh, this is a time to. Everything that began with July, as per thoughts, as per feelings, as per what we've been motivated to accomplish and do, as per relationships also, every cardinal energy, so Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries, whenever an astronomical body, whether it's Mercury, Mars, the Sun, Venus, etc., goes through a cardinal region of space, it begins cycles. And the fixed do I need to sneeze? I guess not. Okay, so then the fixed energies, whether it's Aquarius, Taurus, Leo in this case, or Scorpio, carries it through into a culmination period, and then it's all wrapped up with the next mutable phase. In this case, that we're looking forward to is Virgo. So this is a really good time to, like with every time, it's always good to ask ourselves, where are we in the cycle? And there's so many different cycles going on. That's why I love studying astrology so much, because there's so many different ways to look at things. There's beginnings and endings constantly. Like right now, we're at the very beginning of transiting Mercury in Leo, but then from a broader cycle of Mercury going through the cardinal energy of Cancer, this is just almost, we're not even like at the peak point yet, in a sense, seen from that cycle of that little regional seasonal cycle. So I encourage you to focus on this energy as a beginning, but also to focus on where it's building off of, as per what you started learning, as per how you started communicating, who you started communicating with in July. And there's so much more to talk about and explore with this energy. We'll do that in the coming weeks. But also for today, from a smaller cycle view, microcosmic view, we have transiting Moon in Capricorn. It's directly conjunct transiting Saturn in Capricorn. This is a really nice grounding energy for all of this fire energy. One of the challenges, and I have a ton of Leo, I have my chart pulled up. So these are all the transiting energies. It's kind of hard to see because of all these different aspects and whatnot, but these are my natal Leo energies. So I'm kind of like born with all of these Leo energies. This is what I have all the time. Not the Sun and the Mercury, but the Venus, the Mars, and then I have Jupiter and rising and whatnot. Well, in any case, having so much fire energy is really lovely for a lot of reasons. Like every bit of energy, it's gifts and challenges. There's plenty of gifts and there's plenty of challenges. And one of the challenges is to not be super practical. So it's nice that we have this transiting Moon in Capricorn energy along with transiting Saturn, because it grounds us. It reminds us, okay, we need to get to work. Like, yes, it's great to be the free-flowing painter, artist, do whatever the hell you want. I'm gonna be naked because I'm a Leo. I'm just gonna enjoy like just playing and being silly and being fun and all that stuff. The inner child and so much of so much of what it is in the best possible ways. But we need to also come back to reality and like, okay, well, what do I need to get done? What do I need to focus on? How do I need to be serious? So this is a really good time to blend both of those things. Now, the challenge here is to become too serious and or get too focused on the challenges that is facing us and become depressed about it. With transiting Mercury Leo, that energy is very able to be focused, and that's great, but then again, our gifts are our challenges from a different perspective. The challenge here is to become too focused on the negative. So for today and for tomorrow, it's wise to not blow out of proportion the challenges that we're facing, not focus on them too much, to recognize, okay, I need to handle this, but then to let the Capricorn energy take over and just make it very simple. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. Leo energy can sometimes be very dramatic and very like, oh my god, there's so many problems to deal with, the obstacles, I can't even face it. You know, it's like, okay, that's fun for like a moment, but then it's like, stop. Stop, you're wasting energy. Just like, oh, I need to do that. Okay. You know, Make it easy. Let that Capricorn energy take over and just say, okay, gotta do that. Doesn't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Oh, it's done. Cool. What's the next thing? You know, make it simple. That's what Capricorn energy is best at. Is just simplifying. Don't make it stupid complicated. Just get to it. Oh yeah, and Jupiter is now direct. We're gonna explore this more in the coming months, let alone the coming weeks, coming days. Um, but like I said in the other day's video, this is a really wonderful time to focus on growing in the external world. So since April 10th to August 11th today, we've been growing internally, building our knowledge, building our understanding, building our insights, building our vision of the future. It's been really beautiful because from November 8th of last year until April 10th, we had direct Jupiter, excuse me, in Sagittarius. And what that means is basically in its orbit in relation to our orbit here on Earth around the sun, it seemed that Jupiter was going forward. And during the retrograde period, just due to its orbit, due to our orbit and whatnot, our location, our solar system, it seemed like it was going backwards, and its energy becomes difficult for us to be able to, it becomes more internal, it becomes more introverted in a sense. And so now is the time to, we're at the definitive shift period. And again, the shadow period will last, I don't know exactly how long, I haven't checked it out, but I think it must be for about 2-3 months or something. So this is going to be a slow, like, you know, the snowball is at the very top of the hill, and it's going to need some time to begin to descend, and then by the shadow period it's like it's moving forward, and it'll be building momentum. So it's a really wonderful time right here, right now, is to ask yourself, okay, what is it that I want to accomplish by the end of this year when Jupiter moves on into Capricorn? And again, seen from a vaster perspective, being that Jupiter in Sagittarius is the seasonal mutable energy, the seasonal resolution period of when Jupiter was in Libra. It seems so long ago. Jupiter was in Libra 2 years ago. What's the exact year of that? So that's basically 2017, when that cardinal energy put stuff into motion, as per our growth, as per our understanding, our growth of insights, growth of opportunities, growth of spirituality, and from seen from a certain angle, as per beliefs and whatnot, having to do with learning, knowledge, how we impact the outside world, and vice versa. This is, the rest of this year is wrapping up that mini cycle of 2017, 2018, and now 2019. And then it'll move on into another cycle where Jupiter goes into Capricorn, December something of this year, I don't remember the exact date, and then is in Capricorn for a year, and then Aquarius for a year, and then the next mutable energy, Pisces, for a year. So, long story short, there's all sorts of cycles going on. The most that we're mindful of these things, the more we can, you know, we don't need astrology to live great lives, but it certainly helps, especially keeping in perspective all these different cycles and seeing it from a vaster perspective, so we don't get caught up in ego stuff, especially during times like these where we're like, why is it just not working? You know, when we look at the cycle, it's like, because you're not even like midway through the cycle. You know, patience, calm down, it's okay. And to be able to time everything out, that's one of the best benefits. So I hope that's helpful. As always, infinite love to you, my friend. Namaste. Oh yeah, and as always, I'm doing readings, so info for that is in the bio section, if you're looking at this on Instagram, or the about section if you're looking at this on YouTube, the about section of this video. So feel free to click that. I'm pretty much booked for next week, but I still have availability for the week after that. And I do have a little bit of availability for this upcoming week. So if you're interested in getting reading, let's do it. Sounds good. Oh, and as always, feel free to ask any questions you'd like me to cover in the reading, along with your reading request, your birth info, birthday, birth time, birthplace, as well as any life info you feel inspired to share. I always like it to make it a organic process of conversation, getting to know each other, and, well, I mean, you don't really need to get to know me. I mean, like me helping you as much as possible by knowing your story and offering as helpful insights as possible. That's what I do. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out, and or to ask any questions if you have any questions. Okay? Peace.